Divine Rising. Me and Big Sis here with another segment for you. We're talking about altars this rising. So, a lot of people know altars to be just for ancestors, but you can have altars for many different things. Many different things. Crystal altar. You can have an altar for nature because you can have it outside and have your own elemental altar. You can have an altar for the deity. However, there is one altar everyone has, and you don't realize that you have it, and that's your physical body. That too is an altar yourself. So, what is an altar to you? For me, understanding what an altar is, it's a bridge between the spiritual and the physical world. That's where you go do your prayers and your meditation. I have three altars, of course, myself. I have my ancestral altar. I also have a crystal altar. So my altar is also something from within my subconscious mind that I brought into the physical world so that I can, continue to connect with the spiritual world and bridge that gap, get the guidance that I need from the ancestors or whatever spirits that you're working with. Since you having, well, of course, we got our bodies, our tattoos and everything, but do you have any other altars yourself?
Yeah, the first altars I ever been introduced were was in
Self.
Catholic,
Mhm.
the Catholic religion.
Mm.
There's a lot of altars.
Oh, okay. Okay. I know, far as the Catholic Church, how are their altars? Because they're
Candles,
just candles everywhere.
candles. They set up one when the service starts. It's a lot of a lot of metaphorical, spiritual
Yes.
stuff in that church. But yeah, they set one up. There's you do all kinds of stuff. So yeah, altars are in your churches. Really
It
look for them
is.
because they're there. They're in just about all of them. Um, if they haven't removed them, but I know back when I was younger and I was going to church, they were there.
When I was going to church, I rarely saw like any altars, but you know how they do the altar call thing? They make the altar right
Mhm.
then and there. That would be considered like a mobile altar right
Well, I
there.
mean, if you really think about what an altar is, they're everywhere.
Yeah, they
I
are.
mean, because there's usually, well, I don't know about the church you went to, there's usually a big statue in the back with Jesus on the cross, and then
Yeah.
there's usually something underneath that that's
Hmm.
displayed. That's an altar.
Yeah, and I remember you was also showing me your aunt's her altar on.
Oh, my aunt
Yeah.
has many altars.
Yeah, yes.
I don't think she knows it, but yeah, she
Yeah.
has many altars.
Yeah, like because I saw that she, had the little fireplace with the pictures, and I was like, oh, that's
She
pretty.
has a lot of altars,
She
yeah.
does. She does. It's beautiful. Now, like I said, I only have three right now. I do plan on getting some more altars as I continue to delve deep within self.
Mm.
I'm going to continue to make altars as I go. But when you make your altars, you want your altars to involve as you involve as well. And what you put on your altar do matter. It do matter. I will say this. My altar, far as my ancestral altar, every piece of item on there has a very significance to it. I know that I had bought this snail. It had like an amethyst on it, and I had it on the altar. And snails represent slow motion,
Hmm.
slow movement, but the amethyst, represents the crown chakra and everything. And if you think about it, it was actually working in my favor because my crown chakra is like, it's always doing what it's doing. But everything that I was doing as far as my projects and stuff, it was like moving in a slow pace. I was going in the right direction, but it
Hmm.
was like slow moving. I'm like, I'm ready to remove that.
Yeah.
Let me remove that.
For me, it would mean slow moving protection in whichever direction, because amethyst is all for protection and
Yeah.
dreams and all kinds of stuff. So, I mean, I feel like if you're going to build an altar, one, if you're going to give it to a deity,
Know what you're doing.
know
Know
what you're doing,
that deity for real.
know it, understand it, research it, don't promise them anything.
Don't do that.
And if you're not building it for a deity, then make sure it serves the purpose of self,
Yeah,
because you can build an altar for anything.
you
I
can.
mean, and most people have altars in their homes and don't even recognize that that's what it is. And if you don't, that's fine. If you do recognize or go around your house and understand what it is, then give it what it needs. It's a lot of detail in some ways. I like to burn incense and then I'll put knickknacks in a specific area. Is it an altar? It could be.
Yeah, it can.
But all the buying the alcohol and putting it up there for, if you don't like burning incense or herbs, then I can't bring, and I'm not one to bring spirits outside of my spirit guides and my spirit communion. I'm not into bringing outside spirits into my home. If you're not part of me and my lineage, him my universal understanding, you're not supposed to be in my home.
Yeah, like talking about the necromancies and stuff like that.
I'm talking about, yeah, necromancy. Like I know people who say they deal with Papa Legba.
Yeah.
I know people who say that they can hear certain energies and spirits. Me, I don't invite that in, so it gotta stay outside. So if he's connected to you and you're coming to my house, you gotta stay outside.
Yeah, I respect that.
And I'm not gonna say nothing to you. I'm gonna just let my spirit guides know that he's not to step up in this house and you're supposed to take care of this. So that's it for me. When it comes to altars, they're pretty.
Yeah,
some people make them very extravagant. Some people go out of their way to put, overly expensive
and you
stuff on
don't
them.
have to do that. Do not promise them that you will buy these lavish gifts and stuff like that. Don't break your pockets for that. Do what you can. A candle, or maybe a glass of water, and a table is probably good. If that's all you got.
Backyard and get me a stick and some stuff and tell them you got to like bugs, you got to like lizards, and you got to like stuff from outside. If you don't, you're not part of my tribe. You got to go. Because honestly, for me, there's nothing on the face of this planet that I want that bad that I could sell myself for.
Yeah.
Not even on the spiritual level, especially not on the spiritual.
Gotcha. That makes sense, sis. Well, I'm gonna ask you guys, what is your reasoning for you to connect with these deities other than just your ancestors? What is your reasoning for making altars for them? I will say for me, I have not done it yet, but it is an altar that I'm thinking about making. It's more so for me to dab deeper into myself, like the God Thoth, the God of knowledge and stuff like that. I can work with that God to tap into my Akashic records and learn more about myself if I want to do that far as building my altar. But overall, that'd be more so my intention anyway.
All I need him to do is drop all the astrological knowledge that I need into my head. But I need it for free. I need it for free. That's what I need it for the free. I don't,
That free 99 sis.
Not forget. So because I like spirituality because it is moving and flowing.
Very fluent.
Anytime I get trapped into it's got to be this way, you got to do it this way, every day.
Like
too structured, too much structure for me. It doesn't work.
I say for me, since with the Ifa pantheon, I'm not really deep.
I've never heard of that. Talk about it.
The Ifa?
Yeah.
That's what we was talking about, Papa Legba, and that's what they call them.
Oh, okay, voodoo.
Yeah, they're voodoo. I'm not into catering to them because when I read about it, it's so structured.
So
it's like you can't do this, you can't do that. You got to make sure you do this. Don't piss. Well, any spirit you don't want to piss them off.
This book right here that you have, the Book of Spirits, the Encyclopedia of Spirits.
Okay. This
I love that book, but I had to hide it while I had it at my mom and dad's house when I was staying with them. I love this.
And then this is another one.
I need to get this one
as well. So if you're interested,
where'd you get this one?
This one, both of them off Amazon.
Okay, I need to get this one. And you got to get the other one that I have. Okay. We do this.
Yeah.
I just ordered another book last night.
I did too, sis.
Man.
I did too. Okay. I just ordered another book.
And I'm in the process of packing and trying. I got to take all because see, I've left books before. Yes. I can't leave them this time. No. But anyways, I did bring a book. And it is The Witch's Altar. So look, I have these books because I want the knowledge. My pathway and what I'm working on, like Sis said, she's got degrees. I'm actually working on my own form of higher education. I don't like titles, so I'm not putting it out there because I'm doing it for me. But
There you go.
that's exactly why we're doing these videos, because it's helping me with the paperwork that I need to finish up on what I'm doing.
Yes.
But in order for me to be able to excel at what I figure in my head is what I want to do, and I say that because it's so much of it.
It is.
I I pick up books like these. I'll read them. I'll read as much as I need to sometimes. Sometimes I don't read a lot, but I want to get a gist of what's in here, because even though I might not practice it and I might not, yes, that is definitely it. I need the knowledge in case I come across somebody who needs help, who does do this, so that I can pass that knowledge off to them. Now, if I give you a book, you're blessed.
You are.
Because I don't really give out books. I give out information. I'll tell you where to get the books. But don't get me wrong, I'm not one of those people. I might not give you a book off my shelf, but I will definitely, buy your book for you. Now that's something I will do. I'll buy you a book in a heartbeat, but give you mine? Nah, man, nah. But sis got some more books.
I do. So I haven't read this one yet, but it's like a little small book, but it's also similar to this one. Now,
Actually, both of these, I think both of them are in my art
cart. Yeah, I actually read this one. So I would recommend your first altar, other than your physical body, because that's pretty much your first altar. But if you want to do a first altar with the table, I recommend you work with your ancestors first.
So my first altar was an altar of myself.
There you go.
And the reason why I did that is because self-love is very prevalent. You can't bring in or feel anything else until you can get a good understanding of yourself. So that was really my first altar, was in homage to myself.
As you should.
To build confidence, to build understanding, just to believe in me.
That, as you should. That is what you're supposed to do, which is why it's so important that you do that before you start working with these deities, because you get to working with them and you don't know yourself.
Yeah, you'll be somebody else walking around here.
Oh yes, you're gonna be somebody's little wank.
You'll be trying to call me later on, talk about can you come get me or help me release this? Yes, sweetheart, I sure can. But if my life is going to be in jeopardy, I need you to let me know first.
Please.
Because I need to know what I need to bring with me.
Come on now, who are you working with? Okay. And like sis said, her first altar was herself. And like I said, also as well, that's your physical body as well. My tattoos represents
mine aren't finished.
Not yet.
But this is amazing.
I'm not done either, because as I continue to delve into me and continue to learn, I continue to add more on my altar. And every tattoo I have represents something that I've learned about me just doing deep dives, and I put it on my altar. I ain't got nothing there yet. Put it on my altar, and I have more to come. Like I'm thinking about doing one for my throat chakra. Since doing this, I'm like, oh, you know what? My throat chakra has gotten much clearer. It's not so closed like it once was, because I've faced my fears. We talked about that yesterday. Face my fears, and boom.
Face the one so far.
Yes.
Because it never stops. Life keeps pushing you.
Yes, you're going to forever evolve.
So build an altar for yourself. If you have not built an altar first and you don't have this book yet and you're talking about, I'm going to get it, start building an altar for yourself. If you have any anxieties, depressions, any types of situations that has been projected onto you by self in the mental understanding, build an altar for yourself and learn to be able to start seeing you move as the person that you are, and it'll show your growth and understanding.
It will. It definitely will.
Use candles.
Yes, candles is very, very important. That would be the fire element. And, I do recommend that you put some of the elements on your altar as well. Something simple.
I do. It's funny. I have something representing earth. My daughter bought me this beautiful, well, she found it, and I don't know where she found it at.
It's a crystal.
No, it's an acorn, but this acorn at the top is very defined. Like it's not one of them little bitty ones that we find. It's pretty big. And she found it and she was on vacation and she saved it for me
Oh,
because
that's
she was like,
nice.
you need, I want you to have this. It's there. That's my earth. My air element is my bird wings.
Yes, feathers, incense, or images of any type of.
Yep. There's always incense. I gotta go get some today as a
Yeah,
fact.
yeah, yeah, me too.
There's incense.
Far as your air, so water, what do you have for water? Because
Probably water because I got a dozen plants moving around my room. So there's water somewhere.
water,
There's
coffee,
always
tea,
tea.
tea,
Um,
non-alcoholic beverages. Yes.
there's not coffee. I drink a lot of tea and water.
Yeah, I don't drink coffee all that much either.
I do, but I don't. It's so coffee gets heavy to me sometimes.
Very
So
picky,
different times of the year
very
warrants different
picky.
things. Okay, so that's water, air, earth,
And
fire. I got
fire.
candles.
Yes, and so
I have
other
crystals,
yes, earth. Crystals is earth. The acorn, like
books.
she said, books, that's part of earth. Crystals, acorns, rocks, herbs, corns, dirt, soil, salt, books, anything that's from earth. And fire, you have your candles, your charcoal, your
Mhm.
incense, alcohol, and tobacco. And I've used tobacco in some candle work. When I don't smoke it. What I do, I take in the smoke and I blow it on the candle and it like
That's how you smoke a cigar. You just don't breathe it down in your chest.
activate the candle that way and give that candle that fire boost right there. And
Right.
you should see how that works, man. Be so
So
dope.
we give tobacco to, not we, because I don't really use him, but my daughter does. Saint Anthony.
Oh, I heard of him. Yes. She
She,
works with him?
yes,
Okay, I love
yeah.
that.
I've seen him work over like 5 seconds. She calls him, she has so she's one that
Mm,
is good with doing
awesome.
some of these because she's got Capricorn, strong Capricorn placements.
Just like
So
me.
that structure, yeah, that structure is for
Yeah.
her.
Hmm.
So when she gets into that, yes, she does work with St. Anthony because she loses stuff and she needs to find it. And she calls on him to find it, and we'll give him herbs and tobacco. She'll actually save the tobacco in a bag, Ziploc bag, and seal it up so that when she does call on him,
Hmm.
she does have something to go
Something to
ahead
give
and
them.
give him right then and there.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
One that I had started learning about was Saint Germain, but I don't really dabble in him like that yet.
Mhm.
Like I said, we're in the process of doing some things, and me, I just need to know my spirit right now.
And that's what you should do. Now, since when you move, are you gonna put up an altar or no?
So we'll see.
Okay.
Okay, so honestly, everything that I have done in my past is never planned. It's something that just happens.
Okay.
And when it happens later on, I understand why. Like I questioned why did I put my moon on this hand?
Mm.
In my on my right hand when it most people would have put the moon here and the
Left.
sun
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
But emotionally it went here because
That's what your intuition
if I'm
told you to do.
giving people my emotions
Yes.
and
That's your
giving
giving
them the
hand.
intuition, yes, then
Hmm.
it was right for it to go here. And
Yes.
as I start to think about the structure of the things that I do want to do, it makes sense. So usually I just let it flow.
I love that. I love that. And hear how sis said that. She put her moon on her right hand. Your right hand is your giving. Well, your
Yeah.
receiving hand. This is no, this is
No,
your
this giving
giving
hand,
hand.
this is
This
your
is your
receiving hand.
receiving
Yeah.
hand. So that's how I do my tattoos, sis.
Mm-hmm.
I think about which side I want to put it on. Do I want to receive or do I want to give? And I just go from there with
When
my
I got
tattoo.
this, I didn't think about it. I just told the man, put it right here.
Mm,
And it was no rhyme or reason to it. I didn't think it. But like I told you, if I think too much, I'm gonna think myself out of it. Or I'm going to overthink the situation or overshoot what's supposed to happen. So usually I just be like, okay, yep, that's gonna happen. Let's do this, put it right
yeah.
here. And then later on it makes sense. But you're more earth than I am. So I have to really flow with the movement of the air.
Makes sense, sis. Makes sense. Well, for your left hand, are you gonna put something on that one?
Yes, I'm gonna put the sun here.
Okay.
Yeah, the sun is gonna go there.
Receive the light.
Yes, so that I can receive the energy, the everything that the sun gives. And as I read through all these multiple astrology books, there is an abundance of understanding
Ooh, yes.
that comes from them, and not just one. They all give you a little bits and blocks to put together, and it just makes sense for the sun to be on the right hand. I mean, on the left hand.
It makes sense you receiving the light and then you're giving.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. Well, as you can see, I got the Eye of Ra on here, and then the Eye of Horus on this side. Of course, y'all know the right and the left. So I just felt called to, and all of these around here on my hands, as you can see, the little people. These are different types of abundance symbols on each of my hands. I'm receiving abundance as well as giving you abundance. So when I make my candles, when I say spirit was talking to me, my spirit was telling me to activate my hands. I remember, when was it? 2024 when we had that eclipse? I think it was 2024. I
We have
look
an
right.
eclipse every year.
Well, this time was like in April. I remember it was an April time frame. I think it was like around that time. I was looking at it. I looked right dead at it. I didn't have no glasses or nothing on because I was guided to do it. And once I did it, I got the download, activate your hands. That's what I heard, activate your hands. And then next thing you know, I came up with this design, and then I just started tapping in. Everything I touch, magic happens. So I tell myself, everything I touch, it turns to gold. I even got the elements here across my hands too as well. So I can also dab into that elemental magic with the fire, the air, the water, and earth and everything. So again, when you get my candles, okay, just know there's some tender love and care and magic in them. I'm telling you. So that is my reasoning for doing this, because I'm supposed to not only just utilize my throat chakra, but as well as my hands to help heal the masses.
Now, do you have any unks on your altar?
I do. I have an unk on my ancestor altar. That was one. And that's another thing. After I read this book, sis, right here, I just read this book and I allowed my ancestors to speak to me. They told me what they wanted on the altar. Not necessarily everything I did in this book. I did what my ancestors told me to do. And it worked for me because my ancestors are me. They're right here, and everything that they tell me to do, I just do it.
I told this gentleman when I was working down the street, I told him, I said, I am the ancestor. And he looked at me and I was like, we've lived past lives before.
We have.
Our souls have been here, although the avatar is new. So I am the ancestor. So everything that I do, like I said, I can't try, because as soon as I try, it stops.
Yeah.
So I have to let it flow. And if I let it flow, it just does what it does. And if you ask me, I may not have a rhyme or a reason for it. It just,
It's not, sometimes it's not a reason for it. It's just for you.
yes.
Yeah.
And as long as I do what I'm asked of, then it always works out great. But I argue with it sometimes.
Why, sis?
What do you mean? Why? Because, okay, I'm air. And I question everything.
Go back to that generation episode we was talking about, where you was talking about the having the logic and stuff, sis. Is that what that?
Yes, I'm ultimate logic. Like, there, I want to see the profound, beautiful things, but I want it to be real. I don't want to do something and make it up in my head. That's easy. I've been making stuff up in my head since I was a kid. My imagination is strong in my head.
Yeah.
But I want it to be real. I don't want it to be one of those things where it's like, oh, I seen this and everybody else is looking at it and they're like, yeah, okay. I just want it to be real.
Gotcha.
And so in order for it to be real for me, it just has to happen. But then I had to learn that spirit is not boisterous. It's not boisterous the way I want it to be. It's
No.
quiet. And so once I started to realize that, I realized that I just don't have to do some of the very, if
Do
air,
it.
you can't trap air in a
You
box.
can't. Do what resonates with you.
Yes.
Do what resonate. And I told someone that same thing. I said, you are your ancestors. He's like, I don't want to be my ancestors. I don't. I was like, why don't you want to be tied to you? They're your ancestors. Like,
Or
why
you're
would
already
you?
the ancestor. The only thing is that you don't know what color skin the ancestor was in at any given time. So while we're, you know, shunning on certain things, we have to embrace all of it because it's all us, all of it.
ABC 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Don't rate me.
So when you build your altar, just keep in mind you. But if you're building an altar for a specific deity, it's not about you no more. It's all about them.
You better make sure you do your research thoroughly.
Well, explain to them some of the things that can happen if they don't.
I'm telling you, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, one, you ain't gonna get that one, and they will make your life a living hell if you don't, live up to your promises. I was watching a YouTube video where this gentleman was mentioning that he had done that with an altar with a deity, and what he did, sis, was he took money off the altar. He told the deity, I promise I'll pay you back. Yeah, he didn't make good on his promise. So the deity made sure that one, his car stopped working. Two, he lost his job. Three, now he's behind on bills because what? He done lost his job now. And now he got to figure out how to fix all it. It was just like one thing after another.
This is why I don't deal with deities, because for me, if we are the ancestors and we are the spirits, then that deity is part of me as
Mhm.
well. I don't believe that something can distort my world except for me. Nothing, nothing at all. When people talk to me about demons, I look at them every day because we're the dark side and the
And the
light
light,
side
yeah.
of reality. The stuff that I dabble in allows me to be able to, I would be done built an altar, put money up there, took it back, and wish that somebody did do, because the first thing I'm gonna do is sit down and tell it, you are me and I am you. And I don't believe that my life should be falling apart because the last $5 I needed was on your altar.
I'm just saying, I don't think he did his research though.
Yeah, and his belief was stronger than you know. So also understand this, that if you believe it
Your mind is a
wholeheartedly,
powerful
your
thing.
mind is a very powerful thing. Okay.
Yes.
And because the mind is so powerful, if you read something and you take it in, and then you do it and then you undo it, your mind is going to tell anyways, we're not going to get to that. But
Yeah.
anyways, your life is going to make some changes, whether you want it to or not, because the belief has already been sat there. That's why we shouldn't live in the shadows of anything. So if you build an altar for a deity, use this deity to build your strength and understanding in yourself, not to ask for material worldly things, for the simple fact is that that's not really what they're for.
Like I said, I just utilize them to tap in further into me, get
Right,
some knowledge from the Akashic records.
right.
I would rather do that.
And I like that when I see people that start using any, because you have deities, entities, and everything in religion. You have whether you believe it or not, they're in religion because you've got Mary, you've
Jesus,
got Jesus, you've
Joseph.
got Joseph, you've got saints, you've got, and depending on where you are, like in the Catholic religion, there's saints, there's everything. So when you think about your altar and these things that you're going to pretty much utilize, it's better for you to be more self-understood.
Please do.
Okay. I don't know how to express that enough because see,
Uh, People want to jump right into it because, oh, I can do money. I can do it. That be the first thing people think about. And I'm
yes,
like, hold on, hold on, hold on, slow your roll. What
yes.
about, do you know yourself first?
and when you do, it's not about your skin color. I understand like there are people who we as an African American community, for some reason, we need some type of validation from somewhere. So we go straight to these deities like Oshun has been a really big one that people have dropped.
That also is because of
certain artists that use these misunderstood understandings because it's going to fill their pockets and it's going to give you a twisted version. There are ancestral books out there. You might have to skim through a lot of frogs to reach the meat and potatoes because I'm starting to find out that there's a lot of self-written books out there that look very good because Amazon is publishing and putting people out there.
The title looks nice. The cover is good.
The back is the summary is well written, and you might get a couple duds, but there is truth in everything. So even if you find a dud, find the truth and move on to the next and keep building that knowledge so that when you do build this altar, you're not building it because Benonsense said that this was the greatest thing since sliced bread. Okay.
But how do we know if she knows herself fully?
I don't. That's why I said I don't. So okay, if we want to get into
that's my whole thing, because I do feel like a majority of these people, sis, who got into the Ifa pantheon is because of her influence, and they didn't really do the work for self. How do you know if she really knows herself like you think she does?
So I'm gonna say this: if you don't have nothing nice to say, then don't say nothing at all. Puppets. Okay, we're all puppets, but your biggest puppets are the ones that you see on TV. And I'll say this: money is something that everybody wants to grab for. And when the multi-rich, I'm not talking about millionaires, I'm talking about billionaires and above, when they see that there are people that are thirsty and hungry, who have fame and success at any cost, they can throw dollars at you.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
And you will sell your soul to the devil. I can't say that's any of them. What I will say is not my path to understand. I've never bumped into her. I've never given her any of my money. I've never even been to a concert of any kind. So I've not paid hundreds of dollars for somebody's tickets. And I don't knock those that do. But if you're following somebody, and I'm always saying this, if you're following somebody because it looks glamorous,
that's the wrong answer.
Make sure you get your wisdom and knowledge on what you're following, because there is always an illusion. And just because she put Oshun in the front with all the gold, the glitz and the glam, and everybody's thinking African Black ancestors, this and that and the other, you don't know what she's dabbling with behind the name. Okay? I don't care what she's doing, not my life, not my path. But what I am trying to say is that if you're going to follow these people, know exactly what you're following, because it's always little things. It's just the very little things that will stand out once you know. Once you start doing your research on Oshun and understanding who she is, because she's a little too sexual for me.
Then you'll start to understand, do she resonate with you?
Yeah.
First of all, I make altars based off what resonates with me.
Right.
If my universe, me here, says this is the deity that resonates with us, I'm going to continue my search.
Yes.
And I'm going to do the altar for it because I did the research and they resonate with me.
Yes.
Not because Beyonce or whoever.
Nonsense.
Yeah.
Anyway, y'all can come for me. I don't make her type of money. I don't look like her. I don't act like her. I don't really listen to her music. So you can come for me. Her fans can come for me. I don't care, because I'm gonna tell you this: my wisdom and knowledge is still gonna keep growing. Nothing is gonna stop what I have up here.
Yes.
But what I am telling you is she is a very big public figure, and because she's that big. You need to do the research
Yeah.
before you actually start adorning the yellow, adorning the
Yes.
gold, and putting all this stuff on,
Yes.
because you're pulling in an energy that you
you
don't
don't
understand
need.
what's going to happen if you let it go. Because she's not the nicest always. She is beautiful and she does bring in beauty. And I understand why women would like to
Yeah.
do that,
Yeah.
but she's also very sexual.
Remember, people have light and dark sides. So
Yes.
as these deities, they both have a light and dark
Yes.
side. And I really feel they see
I wonder
that.
if she's the planet Scorpio.
Talking about,
Oshun.
I don't know. We should definitely
I
look that
will.
up later. But I do feel like when she made that video, that was the rise of, oh shoot,
What
has
video?
my head.
Oh, see, now you're talking over my head. I really have no clue.
She has like a music video with her wearing yellow and she's paying homage to Oshun. I remember I seen a clip and she was talking about she's Oshun, she's this, and I immediately saw how people was like, oh, I'm finna go do Oshun and stuff. I'm like, hold on, you finna do that because she told you to do that? Like, you don't even know who this is.
Oh well.
Well, I digress.
I've always said that people will follow the leader. And if one jumps off the Empire State Building, I'm going to stand back up against the wall with my arms crossed, looking at him while she jumps, and they all jump behind her, thinking that this woman cannot save y'all. She can't save you. Only you can save you. So please get your knowledge on these. The next one was, yes, Oshun was a big one.
Yeah.
I did hear about her, but it wasn't her. It wasn't through the nonsense. It was, when it comes up, but I'm sorry, that's the name that I've always been calling her that, and I have never tried to say her name right.
I want to share the one my mama say, but I ain't gonna do it.
You can tell me later.
I will.
But with this being once names or words come past me, because the biggest way to compel me is to compel me with big, beautiful, extravagant words, you see. Oshun's name kept coming up. But before Oshun, it was Papa Legba. He kept coming
got
up.
him in the shows.
Yes, they do. They have him in the shows. He was in shows when I was little, but I didn't know who he was. And then once I realized who he was, that's when I was like, okay, am I drawn to him? Yes, I am. Do I like the tricksters? Yes, I do. Why do I like the tricksters? Because it's funny to see how people utilize them, knowing they're a trickster. That's like playing with the Joker. You never know if it's serious or not.
Why so serious?
Trickster, the word trickster, just right there, like Loki.
Yes.
Papa, it's a few of them.
Yeah.
Okay. So when he came up, very intrigued. The way they dress them up in the cartoons and the movies is very, to me, extravagant and deep and dark. He also reminded me of now this one's gonna come up old school. Purple Pie Man from
my aunt.
From Strawberry Shortcake. Oh. He kind of reminds me of the Purple Pie Man, because they always put him in purple with the big cap. And
now I'm thinking of Willy Wonka now. Thanks.
There you go. Now you're seeing the way they dress him up. Okay.
Yeah.
So
is that where they get the
then the first no, there was an actual candy man.
Okay.
We'll talk about that later. Anyways, the first time I heard him, I was here and I was working down the street. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
I say down the street.
yes,
Okay. When I was working down the street, and a person that I knew would always say that he would talk to her. And me, I don't care who talks to you. You see what I'm saying?
Another thing I've also learned since doing this, you don't want to tell everybody who you're working with all the time.
I don't tell nobody nothing about what I'm doing.
Because it's just crazy how they just freely go into, oh, Papa Legba talks to me.
Yes, or he's my spirit, or he's this, or he's that, or he's the other. And so once it kept coming up, I wasn't versed in who he was. I pulled out the Book of Spirits,
right,
and I definitely looked him up. And I was just like, okay, I'm wrapped too tight to mess with something like that. Because see, me, I will crash out. I'll be to grab that daggum spirit by the ankles and smashed him up against the floor and the wall. You done did this to me for
Sis,
what?
not you astral projecting to fight the spirit. Come on now. Oh man, that's a sight I would see.
I'm
Love for
saying
some popcorn.
people get to messing with these things.
And not,
First of all, I have not even given them an altar.
come on, sis, speak about it.
And you're
Speak.
pulling out these names because, oh, it sounds good to the people around me. Well, I'm gonna tell you this, sweethearts, if y'all ever meet me on the planet, don't come to me with blackness. Come to me as yourself. And the reason why I say that is because for some reason black people think that all black people like black people stuff.
No, we
Means
don't.
that we all fit inside of stereotype.
No,
We
don't.
do, but I don't. I do when I want to, but I don't most
It's
of
a
the time.
balance for
It
me.
should be.
It's
My
a
skin
balance.
is black. I get it.
Yeah.
I get what our community goes to. Do I gravitate to just one thing because it's black? It's the main reason why I didn't become Nation of Islam because it was all black.
It was too much for me too.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
And
It's the same reason why I need diversity. Let's put it like that. I've lived all over the world. I grew up mainly overseas. So I need diversity and I get it. We think that the clear colored race is bad, and yeah, they are, but so are we.
we got again, we both have light and dark side. How you know you want clear color in your last life? How you know that?
I know I wasn't.
How you know? Ask yourself that. And like sis said, diversity. And I like to work with different deities because I go off the energy.
Yeah.
The energy. If your energy and my energy
Yeah.
go together, okay, we got something here.
Yeah.
We got something.
Yeah.
But if it don't go, I'm like, I'm good on that.
So before you pick these things up, because somebody on TV was flaunting it so that they can get paid and make big money and go home
Yeah, I don't know.
and sleep in some big lavish, or maybe not, because see, everything that we see ain't real. So don't let what TV tells you fool you, because you might find out that them people is sleeping in a house that's really meant for something other than. Don't put yourself in the dark when you don't need to. Enlighten yourself. So build an altar for yourself to get a great understanding. Use the earth, the water, the air, and fire to put on it. And start it with you so that you get a better understanding, or your cat or something in your house, so you can get an understanding. I say start with you so that you can get a good understanding of who you are, what you like. I know me, I'm versatile. Yesterday my hair was out, today it's all pent up. You see, I never know what I'm gonna look like.
Yeah, it's just more so what I'm feeling at that moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Allow yourself movement in your understanding, but always give yourself the education that you need. So we've talked about Oshun. Do you know some of the things that she likes? Yellow.
She likes yellow. She loves honey. She loves peacock feathers. Anything that's like yellow or gold or something like that's what she likes. But
are you sure she ain't the one to be coming around here with the
peacocks? Oh
okay.
no, because I don't tap into her. Energy.
Okay.
Again, sis, like that ethos, it's nice, but when I read it, it's too structured for me. Yeah. Like my Aquarius mind get to thinking, oh no, this is like being put in a box. I don't want to be put in a box. I want to move fluently. You know, these peacock feathers that come around here, because I do have peacocks around here. I understand them to be my ancestors giving me a message. So yeah, you take it however you want it. I did post a video of it once, and somebody was like, "Oh, Shun," and I was like, "Oh no."
Yeah, don't put those things on us. Ask us. We'll tell you if we feel it is right at the time. Not everything is meant to be told when it's us dealing with things that we're dealing with. We'll come here and we'll give you information. But do I work with any specific deity right now? No, because my search is different from everybody else's. My search is astrological. So if I do an altar, it's gonna be for astrology. It's gonna be for every planet that's out.
That'd be dope
in the universe.
That'd be dope.
And for Earth, because I'm listening to these. Okay, at night I listen to these things at night that give us understanding of the Earth, and the cycles of the Earth have been amazing.
It has.
It has been amazing. And as my journey every night goes through these 3 hour podcasts of somebody telling, different um how we got to this point on the earth is beautiful, but we couldn't have never done it without those other planets. So my altar would be very astrological, planetary. Astrology and astronomy go together. It'll be
Love
just
that.
that.
That'd be dope. See, I can see that.
But there are some deities out there that I would like to work with. And you know what? Now that I think about it, I have worked with at least one.
One. Okay.
Kali.
Kali Ma.
I do believe it was Kali. But I know that I was reading something that said when spiders came around. And yes, I can't tell you how many spiders I've seen around me. And it started when I was in Georgia. I have to be very careful about what I say.
Yes.
Spiders around me. And I would automatically say that that was who it was. And then more of them started coming around. And because I like insects, for y'all who don't like them, like we said, make sure you read about these deities, because the ones that are going to be drawn to me and the ones that I'm going to be drawn to are ones that I know that I can keep up my word to.
Yes.
Like they used to say in the old days, your word is your bond.
Yes. Yes, that is true. Be careful what you say to these deities.
Yes, very much so. So when you're building your altar, keep in mind your intent.
Intention is what matters the most.
Keep in mind your intent, because if your intent is worldly, if you're dealing with tricksters, I know they're going to have a worldly amount of experiences with you, because
they're going to have a time.
We do renege. We promise. Promises are made to be broken. We make promises and we break them. So be careful.
I don't make no promise. I just be me. Hey, look, I talk to them like me and sis are talking right here. Comfortable. They have an understanding of me. I have an understanding of them. And some of the deities that I have worked with, I was more so called to them, or they called to me, and I'm like, well, let me go read about this. And I was able to tap into it. And then I was able to also tap into me where, oh, I've done this in a past life before. So they're calling to me because I've done this before.
So, multiple times.
Yes. Yes. So if it, like I said, I go off of energies. I'm not finna just pick somebody because a famous person said to. I'm not doing that.
If you like candles, just put a lot of candles in the color. Too. You see what I'm saying? If what calls to you, utilize it. But when it calls to you, make sure you have the knowledge of it, because you don't want to go in blind. I have met, I'm trying to see, I met 2 people that were under the influence of something outside of drugs and alcohol. One guy couldn't get it off of him.
It was like an entity system.
Yeah, he called in something that he couldn't get off of him. And when I say it, your belief is strong, like they follow the belief and the understanding of, they know what it is, they know how to call it in. But once the energy is there, they don't know what to do with it. And so, yes, I have met somebody. This person was in Tennessee. I don't know their name. Actually, my friend pushed him off on me so I could deal with him, because she didn't want to deal with it in her establishment. Me, it's the very thing that I do want to dabble with. But at my own discretion, because sometimes it can get really weird. And if I stop buying into the understanding, there's nothing I could do for you. Or if you give a person insight, and then they want to make excuses as to, well, this and that, and I can't help you there either. I've had a friend who was enchanted, I'll use that word, by a succubus and an incubus, both at the same time. And wait, and this is what's funny, okay? This is what's so funny, because when she was sitting there telling me, I'm just looking at her like, what the heck are you talking about? And so there, like, people were trying to explain to me, we're in a spiritual center. And they're trying to explain to me, and I'm looking at her like, can't you just get it off of you? And she was like, well, it's not that easy. And I'm looking at her and I'm like, my mind is not, it, I can't grasp it
Yeah.
because I would not be allowed to let myself go through that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? My mind is very strong.
Yes.
And something like I'm sitting there and I'm like, so when I say demons and this and that and other, I can understand dark and light as us. But when you talk about demons moving around here, I tell you, not around me. Not around me. So I just looked at her and I was like, okay, I was like, look, sweetheart, maybe you should do X. And she was just trying to buy crystals and this and that and other to get it off of her and blah, blah, blah. And other people are asking when people are moving from the table, like they don't want to sit too
They
close to
sit
her.
because they don't want it to get on.
I'm sitting with her like this. When I finally get up and move, people are looking at me like, you ain't scared. What am I scared of? What am I scared
That's
of?
her problem.
They was like, them things jump. It ain't jumping over. I told them just like that. It's not jumping over here because it has nothing to jump on. And they was like, but you don't understand.
No, buddy. I feel like if your mind is open for that, they'll jump. But sis
Yes,
was like, oh no,
yes,
no. Or your mind is so strong and you like, oh, I ain't having that. I'm
that's
protected.
me.
You know that you're
That's
protected.
me.
So
That
yeah,
is me.
eh,
I am too protected
that's my mindset. I am the
for
protection.
me to allow something that's subjective on somebody else to, yeah,
Like I said, that was sis' problem right
it
there.
really was, it was hers. It was
Cause
hers.
I'm just like you, sis. I learned by watching other folks, and I was like, "Oh, so you didn't read how to get rid of this before
Exactly.
you did,
Or you didn't go look it up?
or something?" Yeah, I would do that first.
So look it up. Because you never know which, I mean, that book of spirits has, oh, there was a book. Okay, so I just flipped it open and I was like, I wonder what I'm going to look into. And there's a spirit in there that eats the guts out of the horse and the blood. I started reading it and I was just like, oh, people do believe there's stuff that's dark out there.
Yes,
Close the
yes,
book.
that not for me.
It's not for me, but there are people out there who want to know the
Who
dark
want
sides
that?
or
Yep,
want to practice dark, chaotic magic because it does move quicker. Why? Because we live in a very chaotic place, if you haven't noticed. The United States is basically built on dark magic.
pretty much. Yeah, it is. Oh yes, they do it all the time.
It's built on dark
All
magic.
the time.
And you can see it in religion. You can see it in the way we operate. You can see it out there. So before you build an altar for something other than, especially if this is your first time, then build your altar
For
based off of you.
yourself. For
Okay.
yourself.
Now there are religious, like I do know that Buddhism,
Buddha.
they
Yeah.
have their shrines, their altars.
You know, when you go to those Chinese restaurants, they even have their
Yes,
own
they
little
do.
altars and
They
stuff up there
do.
too.
Even if you go in some nail
They
salons, they'll have
have
theirs and
altars.
they'll have the little food and the servings
Hmm.
there. A lot of times you'll go in and they do their altars for their dead. You can do altars for deceased.
Yes, which is what the ancestral altar was also basically for, people doing the ancestor reveneration for their ancestors, because it was a practice we did all the time
Mhm.
back in the day. But once things got colonized, they look at it as they demonize everything,
Of
if that
course.
makes sense.
Anything that can give you too much power is demonized to take your power away from you. Once you give your power away to somebody, you are powerless. That's what you see out in the world today. People are powerless.
Even these
Build you an
celebrities,
altar to take your power back.
get them keys, get them keys.
If you don't think that you can have the life that you want to have, first of all, you might be reaching too high. And the reason why I say that is because most people want money and material. When you call on these entities, money and material is not really what they're trying to
They
give
don't really
you.
care about that.
No, because that's all stuff that stays here on this earth.
But like you said, sis, if that's all you
If
want,
that's all you want,
they're
then
gonna have a time
they
with
are.
you.
They are. They're
Gonna
gonna
have a time.
you're gonna be one of those ones that's walking up to us talking about something. I was speaking to so and so and he told me to tell you something. Now,
That's
sweetheart,
your message, boo.
I don't need a telephone between me and my higher self.
I got that already.
It's already connected.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm looking at you, and this is the first thing I ask you is what makes you think you think?
I love how you said that.
What makes you think that spirit told you to come talk to me?
Because it probably just made you look like a fool. Humiliation ritual right there.
So my daughter told me I was the bigger person out of the two of us.
How so?
Because I'm the one that would smile at you and let you say it and walk right on away like it didn't faze me.
Yeah, okay, she right.
And she was like, but, and I said, because sometimes I can see it both ways.
Mm-hmm.
One, that could have been me or that was me at some way, shape, or form. Because when I found that, first of all, I had been engulfed in spirituality in my own practice, even when I was in Christianity and Islam, but didn't know it. Okay, I would take long walks and just talk to the air about what was going on, around me.
Yeah.
Or I remember one time I hopped in the shower and things were just going really bad. And I was doing, talking and discerning then. Not knowing.
Water hose memory.
Not knowing. But my connection for me is strong enough for me. But if I can see bits and pieces of me in you,
yeah.
Because when spirituality really started to do with it what I wanted it to do, and it started showing me things and the dots started to be connected, snap. Yeah, I was trying to tell everybody. So that could have been that particular person when it came to Papa. But I'm going to tell you, there was one incident where I feel like if you're working with these spirits, if they can't protect you while you're in public and somebody is saying things to you that could disrupt you, what do I need you for? Seriously, what do I need you for? And there was a situation that came up. I'm not going to give too many details because I don't need people coming back talking about something you said. That, look, I don't have time for this. Okay.
Yeah.
It happened. You told the story. I just retold the story.
Right.
But there were some things that happened, this, that, and the third. And the female said something that if she would have been able to practice discernment, she wouldn't have said. But the gentleman came back around, threatened her, threatened somebody else. And at that time, I would have told him if it was me, I'll see you in your dreams.
All of that.
Because if I could call on Papa and he's talking to me, then I'm going to ask him to do some very drastic things.
And I'm not going to play fair. I'm not going to play fair.
Why would I? We're dealing with the metaphysical. There's nothing fair about that. Fair is subjective. People stop saying things aren't fair. It's subjective. Everything is either fair or it's not fair. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get dark. I'm going to play very dark.
As you should. As you should.
And I didn't understand why she didn't.
Sis, some people really, really don't believe that there are aspects of darkness like that. And they just want to see nothing but the light. And I'm like, baby girl.
No, not this person.
Not this person.
Well, in the verbal instance.
Was she afraid of him or something? Do you think that's what it was?
She wasn't me.
Okay, so that's neither here or there.
He wasn't me.
That's all that. That's the only answer we can give.
And that's when you start to realize that some people put out there that they're so hard until the actual event happens, and then you see that you had no control over that situation at all. Because first of all, I wouldn't have said what you said. Because what y'all are doing is soliciting, and people don't like that. But I get it. It's your job to do so.
Right.
Okay. When he made his comment, I would have just been like, I would have heard it and I would have looked at him and I would have been like, he knows not what he does. And I'm going to release that. A lot of times every response doesn't need another response behind it, but that's what happened when she said her spiel soliciting and he said what he said, she said something derogatory, degrading.
Situation.
And when you're in a place where we're at, you never know who's carrying what.
You don't.
Okay. So when he came back around, he let his family go and he went with them after hearing the comment, but he came back around to let her know he heard the comment and started making threats.
Ew. Oh wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh wow.
First of all, if there
She didn't know
is
what battle
there's a minor in the area and you're making threats, my first thing is that if I can, just words alone, I'm gonna freak you out to the point where you think twice before you come back. That was my understanding. Not break down and cry and see if I could try to call 911. I don't have time to be calling people because at the time, if they pick up the phone or whatever, look, if I'm really dealing with these entities or these spirits that move around, because there is energy that's always moving around, conjure up. Because I looked at her, I was just like, you just disappointed me because the first thing I was like is, where was Papa? Sit back laughing. Sit back laughing, cracking up, probably smoking this cigar, drinking this drink, saying, I'm gonna sit here and watch how she handled this. He would have been mad because I would have called him. He would have had to sit down, drink it, and look, dude, don't make me call the papa and have him snatch you in your sleep. All you got to do is get somebody to believe it. If you get one person to believe that you have the strength to be able to see them in their dreams, people will believe anything.
They would.
That man won't sleep for days.
They would.
You know,
I love to do that with a little scary looking quirky smile. Cause you know I'm already goofy. And you hit him with that'll freak a motherfucker out.
Yeah.
Especially after you done said what you said and you're powerful and you're confident in yourself, sis. What turned me off with the whole Ifa Pantheon, I was doing some studying for myself. I did come across a priest at one point and he started, teaching me and sharing me some of the stuff. And this is when I was like, this is just too structured and stuff like that. And then he would show me how they would sacrifice the animals and stuff like that. That right there, I was like, oh no. First is this, giving me the structure. I already don't like that. Now you want me to say
they do that in church.
Animals, the way that they did it though, and stuff like it just wasn't.
When I say they do it in church, is what you're eating the bread, which is the blood, the flesh. I don't understand how people don't see that this is all witchcraft, pagan understanding. When did Jesus ever say, eat the flesh and drink the blood? I'm gonna look it up and we'll come back to that. Eat the flesh. Look at the religious aspects of where we're going. Spirituality is in religion, it's muted. It's twisted and undefined. And it's okay because there are people who have to use that structure as a stepping stone, and I'm not mad at them. It was my stepping stone. What I will say is know what you're doing before you do it and read.
Reading is fundamental.
Or you're going to be crying.
Like a bug. Like I said, you're going to be somebody wench, okay?
So there are other deities who will take vegetables from your garden, little knickknacks.
You don't have to do too much.
No, you don't. Yeah. It's simple. It doesn't have to be. I mean, if you're extravagant, because I do know that there are planetary aspects out there that are very extravagant and overgoing, be that person. But if you're not, then you don't have to go broke doing this.
You do not.
But if you are building an altar and need some fabulous candles, we're going to be doing candle magic next one.
Yes, we are.
And now at that time, I don't think I'll be sitting here.
No.
I'll be on the road.
We will be recording separately.
Yes. Well, yes, separately in different places. Yeah. And we're going to make sure this works because we're really trying. And I would really like to be able to share some things with you. I'm still trying to decide if this is something that I'm going to do because I'm not 100% sure, but there are some things that I want to share with you. But in the process of us doing candle magic, sis does have fabulous, phenomenal, beautiful candles. Yes. and it'd be a good start to your altar.
It definitely would.
So,
Definitely.
Conscious Talk has merch.
Hi.
Candles. And it was one of the reasons why we wanted to come out to talk to you about altars, because an altar should at least have one candle.
At least, yes.
At least have one.
Yes.
Mine has 1, 2, 3.
Whatever's
3.
called to you, friend.
I think right now it has 3, but my altar is small. It's not expensive, and it's just like I said, something that I wanted to try to do, and it just started to be little pieces that just kind of collected.
That's all it takes, really. You don't need nothing too big.
It was, and it was funny because at first I didn't even know it was an altar, and I looked at it one day and I was like, yeah, I got an altar. Look at me.
Yeah.
So Sis has beautiful candles that come in an array of colors.
Yes.
If you don't see a color that's up there, you will have to pay a little bit extra.
You most certainly will.
You will be able to get a candle in that color.
You most definitely will. And the purpose of these candles is for you to tap into you. Okay. Like I would say, start off with like my baby Buddha candles. If you have inner child work you want to do, or just start teaching your kids how to do candle magic, you can do that. And each color represents the chakras. Was my whole thing. So I will do like a red candle for my grounding. If I feel like I need some extra grounding, I would do that. I would do one for my heart chakra if I feel like my heart chakra needs some balance and whatnot. So that's pretty much what my candles represent, and they are different figurines. I got some coming in for like your serpent candles, because what you don't know when you have your Kundalini rising, if y'all know what that is, it's the serpent inside of you rising up.
It could be the dragon too.
That too, and I love dragons.
Yes.
And I have some more stuff coming out with that. So yeah, tap into that and be able to understand you. We talked about 4 elements for your altar, but there is also a 5th element, and that's spirit, and that is you. Your own spirit sets that whole altar off for yourself. And if you don't have a place to put your altar, you can have a mobile altar. I remember I had a spiritual mom who told me have like a little.
This one talks about that. This talks about altars on the go.
Yes. She said to have like a separate little case. It's like a little briefcase, and have your stuff inside, and you can take it everywhere you want to. If you don't want to do a physical altar, and like Sis said, you can do an inner self altar, which is your body and whatnot. What does your altar look like up here? So I challenge you guys, if it's an altar that you want to do, or if you want to make an altar, I challenge you to sit down with yourself, meditate on it, think about it. What do you want for your altar for self? Let's start off with that. A project, if you want to do that. Start off with your altar for self. What do you want for self? What resonates with you? Everything matters, down to the color of the tablecloth.
A good understanding for that is like doing what is it people do? Oh, I just lost the name.
Is it like
a vision board?
There you go. I got one up in there.
Yeah, a vision board could be a type of altar that you use or make for yourself, so that, because a lady came to me and she's having a hard time really grasping the difference between spirituality and religion, which there really is no difference. They're interconnected. You have to be able to find spirituality in your book. But she said when she did her, I forgot the word again. Her vision board, there we go. Her vision board, that she noticed that the things on it started to happen. And she was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is true. And I was trying to explain to her, this is exactly what I'm trying to tell you. You have to believe. And even if you don't believe, you have to try until you see. And when I say try, it's begin. Yes. You have to begin to do something first in order to see. It's like an experiment. It's like a science experiment.
We're supposed to be doing that here on Earth anyway.
That's all we're supposed to be doing, but it seems like we got distracted by material things.
And we too nosy, peeping in other
always in people's business.
Yes.
What they doing in there? Why they burning candles and chanting? What's that big old... they're devil worshippers because they got a star in a circle.
That time, remember I was sharing you, I was cleansing my house, because I do that. I had that connection with my house and my alarms were going off. It's natural for me. I just let it do its thing because, Sage is doing what it's supposed to do. Okay, my neighbor came over here. He was like, the smoke alarms didn't go off. I was checking on you. I had my Sage stick. I'm a witch! I'm a witch! He was like, oh, okay. And he was like, let me go. You got it. It was like, okay. I was just telling him that, it's good, all good over here. We good over here. We good over here.
I'm not as dramatic. I'm gonna tell you I'm good, sir. I'm just staging my house.
Yeah, I like to be funny, guys.
I don't want to scare people though.
Yeah, but no, sometimes when you're a little too nosy, you be scared.
Well,
You be scared.
but in that sense, there are different versions that will work for you.
Yeah.
But if you're not tapping in to try to see what's going to work for you, and you can automatically dismiss what we're talking about,
Yeah.
I don't mind it. It won't break
It's
my
not gonna
heart. For
affect
the
us at
simple
all.
fact is that I know that it can work if you allow it to.
You have to.
If you're looking for overnight gratitude or satisfaction, well, we're all looking for that. And it's not there. I mean, even the people who became movie stars didn't, there's no such thing as overnight success. There is work that has to be put in.
Most definitely. Like how we put in the work to
Yes, there
get
is
up here.
work that has to be put in.
Yes.
And what I'm telling you is that if we're here and we're saying we put the work in because we've seen some things, then I'm telling you, you have to put the work in to see those things too. And it doesn't, once again, it just, you could have a little, like a spot like sis in front of her kitchen with a window open. You see what I'm saying? And you can set your stuff in that little area right there or in a windowsill. It doesn't have to be go out to the store and buy tables and buy this and buy that and buy the other so I can put the stuff up there. Utilize your own understanding and don't go broke doing it.
No.
If you can go in your backyard and get a stick and some stuff and put it together, it is what it is. And you ask spirit to understand that right now,
Spirit
this is what I can do. Now, what I would say is don't be the one to go out there and buy that new expensive iPhone and then want to give spirit something cheap.
They're gonna look at you like, really?
Your priorities are messed up. This life we've been taught we've been taught that it's about money, but money causes you to give your power away. Okay.
Would you say their understanding of utilizing money makes them give their power away? Because some people know how to utilize money and not give their power away. If that makes sense.
How do you utilize money without giving your power away?
I mean, you can have it for yourself and your family, give back to the community and stuff like that.
We are all in some way, shape, or form tied to the power called money. And I'm saying that because even if you utilize money at its best, when you don't have it, you are at your worst. And it shouldn't be that way. We shouldn't be ready to kill, steal, rob people. When I say steal from people's homes and stuff like that, rob people on the street, snatch people, sell people, all because money is what we're trying to get more of so we can build something. There seems like the negatives to money outweigh the positives to money.
Yeah.
And so because of that, I would tell people on a very serious note, if anything, especially during this time, if you're building an altar, and this is my opinion, and you can say, well, she doesn't know what she's talking about. But when you build your altar for self, it should be to break away from the powers that are connecting you to them when they're not putting you in a better place.
No, you said that right. You said that right, because I agree. This is about you at
Yes.
this point.
Yes.
It's about you taking your power back.
Yes.
One thing I know, when I built my altar and my ancestors was talking, hey, get this, get that, get this, get that. And I wrote it down. Let me get this, let me get this. And it wasn't too much. I already had most of the stuff. Most of the stuff that they really want, sis, was just food. You know, like a sugar cane or something like that. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense why my folks want sugar cane, my country ass. So stuff that resonate. But once I put that altar up, my power increased.
Yes.
It increased.
Yes. So what our object here is to just help you take some of your power back so you can lighten the load of life off of your shoulders.
Shay.
And instead of you looking back at life and saying, I made this mistake, you can say, I did it.
Yeah.
I went through it. I got through it. And now I'm moving on to the next. So build an altar for self. If you're more progressed, build an altar for your ancestor, build an altar for a deity that you love and admire, that gives you strength when you think of them or whatever it is that you need, on a positive understanding. I'm saying that again, on a positive,
benevolent
understanding.
Yes.
And watch the positives start to come back and embrace you. It's also a good way to thank your home for giving you security, safety, these types of things. People don't know to do these things when you
Yes.
walk in your house to say
Yes.
thank you,
Yes.
and say hello,
That's what I
which
did in
wakes
my
up the
house.
home.
Yes.
And all of these things, the more you are grateful for the things that you have, no matter how much or how little it is, you are very abundant.
Very much so.
Don't look at the other person and say, well, he's driving a Rolls Royce and I'm driving a Honda. It don't matter.
Don't know what they got going on.
You really don't.
You don't know.
And you don't know the struggles it took for them to get that. And when you start asking for what you see other people have, you have to walk through their struggles. People don't walk in their homes and think they're homes anymore. They walk in a home, they slam the door, and they come in and they're just, and they bring in all that negative from out there into their home, instead of saying, I'm home.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Because this is my comfort, my sanctuary. This is my temple. This is my mind, my energy.
Yes.
And thank you for giving me a place to come to outside of that which is out there.
Yes, I do that to my house.
So when you build an altar, if you already are understood in yourself, or you already getting to know yourself, and you're saying, well, I want to build an altar, but I really don't want to do one for self, build one for your home.
Come on now.
Build an altar for your home.
You have that connection. I have that spiritual connection with my home. I literally talk to my house.
Yes, you should.
She talks back.
You should. Yeah, there is a lady who came to me and she said, I moved, and she said, my home now doesn't feel like my old home. And we got to talking and she got to telling me, and I said, well, what did you do different at your old home that you're not doing in this new one? And she said, well, I used to think it and I used to. So what I'm not understanding is, why would you stop doing that because you moved?
Probably still attached to that old home.
Well, not just that. Sometimes we start doing things to accomplish something. And once we accomplish it, we stop doing the practice.
Okay, makes sense. You got to keep doing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can't just, okay, so it's just like they tell you in church. You can't pray when you need the money. Because when you need the money and you're praying for the money, you're not giving yourself time to receive the money.
Because at that point, you damn near chasing it at that point. And the money's like, we don't want to do
It's running from you.
We don't want
It's running from you.
Y'all, my home picked me.
Yes.
My house picked me. And the story to that is, I was looking for a house. This was back in, I don't know. I'm not gonna tell you because it's I've been here for a minute. I was looking for a home, four bedroom, maybe 1 or 2 bath. Okay. And I remember I was talking to a friend and she was like, you got to think, how do you want your house? Do you want black doors? Do you want red? Do you want green? And I was like, maybe I'll get red. Red is browning. And I found all kind of homes over here with red doors. But there's only one house that didn't have a red door. It was black. And it was the only one that wasn't a red door that I loved. And for some odd reason, just looking at the picture, sis, I felt connected to this house. I had scheduled a viewing for this house on a Thursday, as well as others. Those other houses kept getting yanked off the market, y'all. And I'm like, golly, am I gonna have a house to look at? And this was the only house that I had left. And I said, when I get here and I feel like this is the house, this is my house. As soon as my pinky toe touched the dirt, I immediately felt the energy. Came in the house. It's 4 bedroom, 2 bath. I told you I wanted 4 bedroom, maybe 1 or 2 bath. Got what I asked. Something else I didn't mention, but it was in my head. I was going to get my sister, not my sister, my daughter, a swing set. Come back in the backyard because she's just having a good time. There's a swing set that came with the house. And I was like, oh shit. And I asked, I was like, does that come with the house? And it was like, hold on, ma'am. We'll figure it out. Come back. It comes with the house. And I was like, yeah, this is my house. This is my house. And I've had so many endings and new beginnings in this house, so many spiritual evolutions in this house. And I remember also, since when I was getting ready to close, somebody was trying to take the house from me. And I remember having a dream. I was like, dang, before I went to sleep, I was like, man, I really want this house. I had a dream of this baby girl. She was gold in like this golden era. Everything was so gold and bright. And she was maybe like 2 or 3, very chunky. I was a chunky baby. So it made sense. She was my baby. But why when I went to pick her ass up, I'm like, oh, okay, this baby is heavy as hell. Why is this baby heavy? And I kept saying, why is this baby so heavy? I woke up with a crook in my neck because I was trying to lift up this baby. I said, that represents something. It was the house. It was my spirits telling me, don't you worry, this house is already yours. The house is yours. And here we are today, and I'm still growing with this house. We talk all the time. And when I tell you this is the best risk, because there are some good risks that you're supposed to take, this was the best decision I've ever made. And I'm proud of myself and my house. Isn't that right, baby?
Yeah. So therefore, make an altar for your home. Or like they were doing this thing where they was taking dirt from the bank areas and they was bringing it in their home to have abundance. I have a book on that too. I have a book on a lot of these understandings and where they stemmed from. These are things that you can put on your altar for abundance. But see, the banks, be careful. Because not banks don't only bring money, they take money. Okay. So everything has a positive and a negative. So before you take dirt from the bank thinking that it's going to coincide with what you're looking for, always know the dark side and the light side of everything.
Yeah.
Banks don't only just give money. They're not abundant. They take our money so that they can make money off of our money to put in their pockets.
It's true.
So it's more theft. But they're telling you about it. You put this much in here, we'll give you, I think right now the going rate at a high yield bank is 4.20, 420. 420, okay, percent, 4.20% is what they're going to give you back. And well, 420 is something else. That's what I'm laughing at.
I know.
They're giving this back to you. That's a high yield bank account. And what they're doing is they're giving you that. That's your interest rate. So what they're doing is giving you, but they're not taking that from you. They're giving it to you.
Okay.
And that's not high for them taking, because for every $10,000 that you have in there, they take that $10,000 and play it on the stock market, and whatever they get back from it, which is going to be billions of dollars, they're only giving you 4.20 of what you had in the account.
420 is the only number they choose.
Yeah, for a high yield. I think my dividends for the year was like $3.25. I was like, yippee! You see what I'm saying? So they don't only just give, they take and they play. They basically gamble with your money. There you go. It's the lottery.
Before you even get it.
Yes.
Before you even get
Yeah.
it.
Well, by the time you put it in an account, like your savings account, you can go and look and see what that's going to give you. But I digress. What I'm saying is know the dark side and the light side of
Okay.
taking from that area and why it was built, what it was built on, and what it was built for. Because just because they put a bank there doesn't mean that the land is abundant.
Come on now. Makes total sense.
Okay. And also daytime, nighttime area, if you understand astrology, daytime hours, nighttime hours are going to give you different yields from your dirt. So do understand that and understand why you're putting these things on your altar. I do know people will ask for money before they ask for food.
Yeah.
But
what you should be asking for is self-understanding.
mm-hmm.
Not asking, you should be doing that work
Mm-hmm.
for self-understanding. I would recommend you start with that first.
Yep.
Start with that first, because yes, have I done money rituals? Yes, I have. But the most rituals I've done is on me.
Yeah, you're good because I don't have the time nor the patience to sit there in the book and say, they say you got to read all of this. Well, how am I supposed to feel it and read it at the same time? So me, that's why I said oh man, we're not gonna talk about it. Anyways, she's right. She is right. Rituals will work for you. But for the ones that are like me, if you have any air in your ascendant, especially if it's like Gemini, you know what I'm saying? Because Gemini is very words. Um, on top of Aquarius, you are going to want to do something that you could turn it into your own and make it logical for you. And it might not be logical to everybody else.
But that's the thing, though. My rituals, I do it for me. I'll get the understanding, but
Yeah.
then I'll be like, oh, I'm finna tweak this up my way. Because I wouldn't do it like that.
Yeah.
You know, I do what my Virgo tells me to do because my ascendant is Virgo. And she's like, girl, we ain't doing that like that.
I think the only ritual that I do is burn
Thank the
incense.
spirits open my refrigerator because it has not been open all this time.
It really hasn't. The only thing I do ritualistic is burn incense, water my plants, talk to my plants. Can't tell you that one. Water my plants, talk to my plants, burn my incense. And I used to sage, but I don't really sage that much right now. Yeah. Mostly everything else I do within while I'm in meditation. I do everything within and I let it just do itself naturally.
You want to start there anyway. You really want to start within self anyway.
Trying to get people to meditate is like pulling teeth sometimes.
Well, there are other forms of meditation.
We've talked about that. Yep. I'll just tell people, do what feels good to you in a positive perspective. And if this is something you just wanted to, let's see what they're talking about. We ain't talking about nothing, girl. We just sitting up here chit-chatting.
That's it.
That's it. We want to give you a little insight. We're not giving you too much. There's
just
a few
little
books.
razzle dazzle.
There's a few books. That Encyclopedia of the Spirits.
Show you again.
Well, actually, I think it does talk about some altar stuff.
Some of them do. Yes, this is one. And this is another one. I got them both off of Amazon as well.
I want to say that this one does in the very, because see, when I read these books like this, I read all of this. And yeah,
there's certain spirits that I
our
read.
religion.
I highlighted my spirits when I'm reading. I be highlighting, taking notes. And I have another book similar to that. If you are into rituals, they do have another one, the Encyclopedia of Spells. That's if you advance and you're into that.
Now, this is a book that I have, but I don't use it.
I've done a couple out of here, but again, sis, I would rather do my own stuff.
Yeah, that's why I have it, because it looks good. And if somebody needed something, I could give it to them, take a screenshot of it and say, here, try this. But have I tried it? But no, I did read the very beginnings of this. This book is amazing in the very beginnings because it gives you a lot of insight. It gives you insight that some books don't give you when you buy books on spirits. And when I was looking through my collage of books that I was so I could pull and bring. I was not bringing this book because it was big, but
well, I had it, so
yeah. But this book does tell you how to deal with entities, how to be very careful with them, how to go into your practice using them, those types of things. Insight that other books already expect you to know. This one is telling you, and I really like this. So it was one of my first books that I picked up when I got into this. I do have a lot of books on spirit, but for some reason, this one in the front gave me so much more. And it's just like I said, a lot of books, they all may say some of the same things, but it's the little things that's in between the lines that it's like, okay, I'm getting this.
Yes. Have you ever like read a book and you got everything you need and you just soar and it's like you don't need nothing else. You got what you needed out that book. Oh, have you ever had that happen? It's that far.
Because I don't think I've ever had that happen. But I mean, and I guess, and I would say this, I say that to say this is probably because when I pick up a book, if it runs parallel to something else, I'm going to pick up that other book and start reading them side by side to see where I can pick up what it is. Yeah. So if I had one book that would give me everything that I wouldn't have all the books that I have. I'm always searching for something.
Continuously evolving.
I'm always searching for something. And when I go through times where I don't want to go down the rabbit holes, but that doesn't last that long.
It don't, because you shoot as an Aquarius.
Yes.
We tend to
but I think now my mind is settled and I actually love what I'm studying, but I still, because I have already put myself in a position to finish other things, I have to do that, but I'm also engulfed in this. And soon I will be able to have services.
Oh, yes, guys. I'm excited for that, by the way. I ain't gonna say too much, but I'm excited, by the way. And just so you know, I'm gonna be just a chakra lady. I know some astrology, but if you want somebody to really help you with that, I'm gonna take you on over here. Yeah, I'm excited for what sis got.
I
going
love
on
it.
there.
It has been a big eye-opening experience to understand that as above, so below means so much more than what people actually understand it to mean. And it's been something that I have always been saying, but really didn't understand myself and until now, but trying to decipher because I like to teach myself and trying to get the meat and potatoes and trying to make sure that I have it takes a while. But from what I have grasped and what I've learned, I have two people that I work with on this situation. And I say two people, but it's two couples. And it's been giving me so much information on helping them because love is one of those things that we didn't all we didn't see the right versions of love in a household for the majority of us. I don't know about all of us, but I can only speak for myself and the type of love that I've seen and the type of love that I know people have seen around me. It's distorted, and because it's distorted, people don't know how to navigate it, and young people want to jump into it but they don't want to listen when you're trying to help them navigate through it. And so that's when I say that this person needs to bump their head a little bit. And I'll tell you, I think it's time for you to bump your head. Because if I'm going to put all my time into this and I'm going to give you all the information, exhaust all the possibilities for your betterment, because see, I'm not in a relationship. I'm just as single as I want to be.
Who you telling?
And if I'm doing this because of my past relationships have helped me to be able to decipher other people's past relationships, because I've seen the good, the bad, and everything inside of myself when it came to a relationship. And it doesn't bother me to be able to see that. I see where I made mistakes,
You supposed
but I
to.
learned from those mistakes.
Yes.
I see where we moved too quick. You
Yes.
know, we were the era, we broke up with one, we went out with somebody else so we could just forget the other one. And we did this over and over and over again. Me,
Yeah.
I just dated because it was fun. You're cute, let's date. And then as soon as they started talking about too much serious stuff, okay, it's time to break up. You see what I'm saying? So, um, if it's love that you're looking for, I would implore you
That it is so.
to build an altar for yourself. Put all the rose quartz, not all of it, you only need one, okay?
Yeah.
But put some rose quartz up there, put some pink candles up there, put some crystal quartz up there to help it come to you quicker, put some black obsidian up there to give you the protection so that you, but look, lessons are meant to be learned to teach you. So if you're a person that looks yourself in the mirror and you can't see the beauty in you, then how are you expecting anybody else to see the beauty in you?
It's a question I ask all the time. How? Yeah, are we not psychic, boo? Well, let me
If you don't carry yourself with confidence,
there you go.
and you have all the self-doubt, you carry yourself with that.
Yeah.
And a lot of us can see it.
Very
What you
much
doubting?
so. Very much so. And your energy
Who
screams it.
are you comparing yourself to?
Stop doing that.
Because some of the prettiest women, when they take off that makeup, are the ugliest chicks. Or like I told, friends and family, y'all want everything that glitters is not gold. Just because she got a big booty and a pretty smile don't mean that her mentality is right for you.
Oh my gosh, sis, that you said I had seen a video not too long ago. This young
Wait, did
lady.
Belle Biv DeVoe say can't trust a big butt and a smile?
He did say that.
And next thing you know, big booties came out and all the dudes wanted their women with big booties. And what did the women do? They went out and got all their booty stuff.
Oh, and I seen this video, this young lady, she was so beautiful, but that attitude, baby, the inside of her was not that beautiful
It's
at all.
lack. Because to be beautiful on the outside in some areas is to carry yourself like a real witch without the W.
I'm gonna just say wench. Okay.
Yeah, you could say that too. You see what I'm saying? And have I been that person? I believe I have.
I ain't gonna hold you. I was at one point.
Did I learn from it? Yeah, I did.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yes.
did.
You're supposed to evolve.
Yeah.
These things happen for a reason. He
Not
has said
really
it.
thought I was too pretty, but I did have a really ratchet attitude. Go ahead.
Well, you said in our last segment we come through the dark first, like you said, and then we come out the light. Do you remember saying that?
Yes, of course. I mean, if you think about it, so think about the universe, and this is my depiction of what happens. It takes three energies to manifest a spirit.
Mom, dad,
okay?
baby.
Yep, mom, dad, and baby. Okay. Once that's manifested, the spirit has to come from the spirit world. Okay. If we want to say the spirit world is up, then look at the darkness behind the stars and use that as the curtain to where the spirit world is. You'll never be able to see it. You'll never be able to reach it because it's behind the darkness, and the darkness is vast and it grows.
Yes, it does.
But the spirit has to come through there and ping through your energetic planets in order to become here. Okay. So you have to ping these planets. The sun has got to shine and smile and say, I concur. And the moon has to come right behind it and say, I agree too. And then all the other planets have to say, I do too.
Sure. Here.
Yeah. So you have to have a meeting. Yeah. And then you come here with your blueprint.
There you go. You come in with a spiritual team anyway.
Yes.
Yes. Like one YouTuber said, you come in with your devil, you come in with your angel.
So it teaches you that in Islam. You come in with the good and the bad. Your what did they call it? I don't think your shaitan. Your shaitan is with you from the time you're conceived. So it knows all your temptations and triggers. but you are the temptation and the trigger. Your lessons are to teach you who you are supposed to be traveling on this land. We are travelers. Not all of us are meant to move from place to place, but we are travelers. And we've traveled from one period of time into this period of time to have experiences and lessons. So if your relationship breaks apart, your money falls out your pocket, look at it as, what am I supposed to learn from this experience so I can take away the positive, leave the negative, and keep it pushing? Because the quicker you find the positive and learn the lesson, the quicker the misunderstanding is over with. Don't drag it out. It don't have to thunderstorm after it starts raining.
It doesn't.
So build your altar of love if that's what you need. With what candle would you?
For my candle?
For love, yes.
For love. So I have a big Buddha candle, and I have one in pink and I have one in green. And you can utilize those
both of
candles
them, yep,
for your altar as well. I also have a Love Thyself candle.
See?
It's a pink candle.
Yep.
Smellsbomb.com. Okay.
This will be great to be something for you to start finding your self-love, because the genuine love that you're looking for in somebody else can't be genuine until you have genuine love within yourself.
Come on now. Come on now.
Okay. So there's an altar that can be built for that.
There's an altar for everything.
There's an altar for every personality, for every emotion, for every understanding, or the lack thereof. So look into this for yourself, for whatever it is that you want it for, and build it. And you know what? We would love to see some of your pictures.
We do. We would love that. And
if you would love to share with us, we'd love to see the pictures of your altars and show us some.
And let us know how it's working out for you. Just for you.
Yes.
But that's all we have at this moment, family. Until then, guys, find your light. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more conscious talk.